Okay, let's talk about something huge that's happening right now. The way we find things online, it's completely changing. That search bar we've all been using for decades, it's going through this massive, radical shift, and it's not something that's coming, it's already here.
And look at this. This isn't some far-off prediction. I mean, think of it more like a deadline. It gets right to the heart of the matter. We're moving into a world where being on a long list of results just doesn't matter anymore. What matters is being the answer. The stakes? They honestly could not be higher.
For as long as I can remember, the goal was simple, right? You just had to climb the rankings to land on that first page, one of those famous 10 blue links. But that whole model, it's being completely taken apart. See, search engines aren't just directories anymore. They're becoming answer engines, and they're designed to give one single authoritative response.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The old way was this frantic race for keywords, just scrambling to get higher on a list. But the new way, it's a completely different game. It's about building such deep expertise, such clear authority, that the AI models have no choice but to see you as the definitive source. It's a total mindset shift.
So let me ask you this. What happens when that #1 spot, the one you've been working so hard to get, just vanishes? All of a sudden, that old playbook, all those old rules, they aren't just out of date, they're actually holding you back.
I mean, really think about this for a second. You could do everything right. You could hit that #1 spot. But if the AI summary at the very top of the page doesn't mention you, you're basically invisible. Poof, gone. That prime digital real estate now belongs to the AI.
And here's the thing that should really light a fire under you. This isn't some distant sci-fi future we're talking about. The race has already started. Your competitors, they're already on this path, they're already changing their strategies. And the longer you wait, the further behind you're going to fall.
People's habits are already changing right under our noses. Instead of clicking through pages of links, they're getting instant answers from Google's AI overviews. They're asking ChatGPT for recommendations. They're using tools like Perplexity to do their research. This is the new battleground for customer attention.
Okay, so if the old way is broken, what's the path forward? Well, it starts with a whole new playbook, a new strategy, and honestly, a new vocabulary for how to win in this new world of answer engines.
So first up, you've got AAO. That stands for Answer Engine Optimization. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the successor to SEO. The whole focus shifts. You're not just trying to rank for a keyword anymore. Your entire goal is to structure your content so it can be the direct, citable answer inside an AI platform. Next, you need to understand this concept of a brand entity. And I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. Your job is to literally teach Google who you are. It's about connecting all the dots online so that search engines don't just see a website. They understand your business, your expertise, and your authority on a much deeper level.
And that brings us perfectly to the content side of things. Topical authority. This is not about writing a few random blog posts here and there. Nope. The goal here is to cover your entire niche so completely, with such incredible depth, that the AI models have no other choice but to recognize you as the #1 go-to expert.
All right, so we've got the concepts down, but how do you actually do this? How do you put it into practice? Let's walk through a simple 4-step framework for building the kind of authority that gets you seen by AI.
Here's how it all builds on itself. First, you map out your entire topic to make sure you're covering everything. Second, you work on establishing a really clear brand entity. Third, you start specifically targeting those Google AI overviews. And finally, the ultimate goal, you aim to get cited directly by the chatbots themselves.
So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, on the technical side, you're doing stuff like using schema markup so machines can understand your site better. For content, you're building out these big topic clusters to show your depth. For authority, you're getting high-quality guest posts. And then finally, you're actively targeting platforms like Perplexity and ChatGPT to become their trusted source. And this quote right here, this is the core mindset shift you have to make. The goal isn't just to get a click anymore. It's about becoming the trusted source of truth. When you do that, traffic just becomes a natural byproduct of your authority, not the other way around. So, let's tie this all together. What is the end game here? What is the ultimate goal in this new era of search we're all entering? It's simple. Forget about ranking. The new ultimate win, the new trophy, is having an AI, whether it's in a Google search, a ChatGPT conversation, whatever, recommend your brand as the solution and then cite you as the source.
And this says it all, doesn't it? A link is temporary. A click is fleeting. But being the answer, that makes you the authority.
And that is, without a doubt, the most valuable position you can possibly hold.
So that's the question I want to leave you with. As you look at your own strategy, you have to ask yourself, are you still just fighting to be another link on a long list? Or are you building the deep, foundational authority to become the definitive answer? Because in the age of AI, that single distinction is going to make all the difference in the world.